What's up? The Mustang you just saw is not the Mustang that I'm working on, but that Mustang sits in the garage right next to mine. My Mustang is a 1969 convertible, and the one you just saw is a 1969 coupe. Basically, the reason I made that video is to show what the Mustang will look similarly to, since they are both the same year. Basically, the reason I'm making this video is to show you what I have done to this car so far, so I can make more videos in the future about what I'm doing while I'm doing it. If that makes any sense. So before we talk about what I've done to the car, we need to talk about the history of the car. My Mustang was bought new from the dealership by my great-grandpa. So since it has been in my family since the beginning, it has a lot of sentimental value to our family. Ever since he bought it, it's been through many family members and it has acquired a lot of damage over time, to where it ended up sitting in my grandparents' backyard for about 20 years. Recently, about a year ago, I started finding interest in this Mustang. One day, I decided to look in the trunk of the Mustang because I knew there was going to be some kind of animal, most likely. To my luck, there was a dead rat sitting in the trunk. I went inside and told my dad about it, and the Mustang was instantly gifted to me. On October 6, 2019, when I was 15, I took the Mustang from my grandparents' house and brought it home. It took me multiple days to get it out of the alley that it was sitting in because it was buried in the dirt, but after pulling it out by myself, I was able to bring it home on a trailer. When I brought it home, I wasn't able to do much because we lived in a small house and the Mustang had to sit outside. I was able to disassemble some of the interior and engine bay parts, but other than that I couldn't do much. A few months later in January, we moved into a bigger house where my Mustang could sit in the garage. So when we moved into the new house, the first step was to disassemble everything down to the body. The only thing that was left on the car at the time was the suspension and brakes, so I could move it around if I needed to. The first step after disassembling was sandblasting. I started off with a little gravity-fed nozzle that didn't work very well and it took forever. I was able to borrow a pressure pot from a friend, and that is what got my sandblasting done. Though it wasn't very quick, it took me many months because of school at the time. I finished sandblasting in around May because I got tired of it most of the time and started doing some metal work on the car, which I will cover in a minute. When I was finished, I could start tackling the metal work on the car. On this project, I did all the metal work on my car. From front to back, I did the radiator core support and the cross member because it was hit. I did a battery tray repair, 4 corner repairs on the top of the engine bay flange that were rusted out. The passenger torque box needed a replacement. The driver's side inner rocker panel was repaired in 2 places. Both the driver's side and passenger side floor pans were replaced because they were completely rusted out, and both seat risers were reused and put back in. On both the passenger and the driver's side, the bottom of the B-pillar was repaired because it rusted out. On both sides, there were also wheel well repairs that were against the rocker, but you can't see it on the camera. The driver's side wheel well was repaired because of a rusted out area, but it didn't need to be replaced. The passenger side outer wheel well was replaced because it was rusted out beyond use. Both quarter panels were given skins. The passenger side trunk floor was replaced. The rear piece that holds the quarter panel in on the passenger side was repaired. After I finished all the metal, the next step I covered was priming. First, I borrowed a rotisserie from a friend. I scrubbed and sandblasted the underside, and then I was able to prime it and then undercoat it with bed liner. I gave the whole interior primer. And then lastly, I did all the body filler on the outside of the car. Body filler took a long time because of the immense work I had to do on the quarter panels and all the panels that I was reusing. And then once I was done with that, they were covered in primer. And then high build primer, and then sanded down again, and then more primer. Okay, we're gonna start off with a really juicy question from one of my friends. What would the dream build be if you had infinite money and time? I'm assuming that you're talking about this car. So if I did have infinite money, one of the things I can't do is turn it into a fastback, which I actually did want to do, but it's expensive and it's been in my family, so obviously I have to keep it convertible. I would put a 4-link suspension in the back instead of leaf springs. Probably a limited slip differential in the back, a really nice one, because that'd be fun to drift a few corners once in a while. I would either probably coyote swap it or put a Fort 27 in there, because those are just amazingly sounding engines and they're pretty powerful. Definitely a supercharger because I like to go fast. I would buy all new parts for the front suspension, probably a coilover kit. I would possibly take an interior out of like a newer Mustang and put it in that one, because I like how the newer Mustang interiors look, but I also like this one a lot. The ultimate goal for this project is, for time-wise, I want to be able to get it done before I graduate, which is next year. I'm a junior right now in running start, and my goal is I'm going to paint it black with white racing stripes. I'll put a picture up of a rendering I did on my phone, and it's really amazing. It's going to be my daily, which I know that sounds really ridiculous, but I'm hoping to get electronic fuel injection on it, electronic ignition, so I'll be having a pretty reliable running engine. What has been the most difficult part of the project? I don't know. I don't like the word difficult, because it's more like how much effort are you willing to put in. I'd say the top two things that were difficult was the whole stand blasting, because I hated it so much. And then right behind that was the quarter panels. For this one, I had to cut this into many pieces to fit it all together, and everything was all warping around and took a lot of body filler. So yeah, I have a lot of questions about what kind of motor I'm going to put in it. I'm going to keep the stock 302 that I have that came with it, that has about 70,000 miles on it. I'm going to rebuild that, and I'm going to be pairing that with a 4-speed instead of the 3-speed automatic that I had before. I'm going to be swapping it to a manual, because I really like driving manuals. My daily is a manual. My daily is a 94 Celica, which I love that car. And next question is that a Supra? Talking about my Celica, are you going to name it? If so, what is the cutie's name? I don't know. I've been thinking about this for months, actually. I don't know what to name my car, but if I do name my car, I feel like it's going to be really weird. If I make up a name, I'll put it on the screen right now, but I don't think I will. Okay, I had to leave for a minute because I have a few questions asking me about how much I paid for the Mustang so far. Answer is estimated around $2,258. I know it's a lot more than that, because there's a lot of things I didn't estimate, but it's not very cheap. How long have you been working on it? I've been working on it since I got it in October 2019, so that's about a year and 3 months. Well, that's all the questions I got. So yeah, I don't really have much else to talk about in this video, but would I say, is it worth it? Learned so much from working on this car. Like about a year ago, I wasn't even a car guy and I didn't know anything about cars, and now I spend all my time researching cars and working on this one. When COVID happened and couldn't go to school anymore, I spent all day, every day on this and research. So to me, honestly, I love working on cars now, and I actually want to do it as a career. I haven't been able to get a job for a long time because of how much time I was spending on this. Yeah, I have paid a lot of money on this. I don't really have any money right now. I've been starting to get jobs because I've actually been looking for them, but it's gonna take me a really long time to be able to make the estimated $8,000 I need left for this car. I know I'm gonna make more videos like this, showing the process of me actually doing it. I've been thinking about doing videos on my car for a long time, but I haven't gotten around to it. So this video is just an overview of what I've done, and I will make more videos of me actually doing stuff to the car. I'm thankful for all the support that I've gotten with it, friends and family, girlfriend. Let me know in the comments how you like this video. I want to keep making videos like this that I would watch in my free time and have them be entertaining. So thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a good day. Peace.